We are back with Patrick Olson. He's the editor-in-chief for Carfax. He's answering your questions about summer survival situations when it comes to road trips or any other kind of car situation. All right, so these questions they start with, is there any other road service other than AAA?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of roadside assistance programs out there. Check with your insurance company. I know I worked with at least a few, Geico, Allstate, State Farm, that also offer all roadside assistance as part of their policy. You can also find it very often as part of an extended warranty through your dealership, sometimes through your credit union. So there are a lot of different options out there, and I think it's a good policy to shop around and make sure you understand what they cover. Make sure that they're going to get you towed to where you need to be and that the prices are not going to be prohibitive when you need them.
Yeah, I think that's a key point because I think a lot of people think, well, 5 miles of towing is enough, but not really.
Right. Right. Especially like we said, if you're on a long road trip, you can be looking at 20, 30 miles to the next, mechanic.
Right. Yep. All right. So how important is it to change your cabin air filter?
Surprisingly, it's actually really important. I think this is one of the parts in the car that a lot of people either aren't even aware that it's there or they don't think much about. But it does a great job of filtering the air that's coming into your cabin, and you don't want that filled with moss or mold or things like that that can build up over time. So have your mechanic check on it. Usually, it's very often found behind the glove box, and so for a lot of cars, it's not too hard for owners to change it themselves, but make sure you're getting the right part and make sure it's getting installed the right way. But it is a crucial thing to fix.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, I undid my glove compartment and I was able to find it. It should be right in your manual to do that.
Absolutely.
All right, and we need to do that how often?
Oh, I would say probably twice a year just to make sure that you've got it fresh. And, my wife had a car. We lived up in Connecticut, and we discovered over time that there were some chipmunks who were spending time in her car. And very often we'd pull out the cabin air filter and a lot of acorns fell out. So it's a crucial way for you to make sure that things aren't building up in your cabin air filter.
Okay, and I've had my car for 3 years. I haven't checked it once, so that's on the list of things to do. Got it. All right, what if my overdrive is not working? Do I need overdrive for a 2-hour road trip?
I would say no. Overdrive is a sort of almost past technology that most cars don't have anymore. And the idea was that you didn't want to go into low gears when you're traveling on like short city trips. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would just make sure, if your transmission feels good, if the shifts feel pretty seamless, then you should be okay.
All right, this next question is about warranty services. They say, are the warranty services worth the cost?
I certainly have found that they can be. I think the thing that consumers have to remember first and foremost, an extended warranty is a negotiable thing. There isn't one set price and you have to live with it. I've bought several used cars over the last 10 years, and almost every time I've bought an extended warranty. And I've paid anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 depending on the car and how long it lasts. For me, almost every case it has held up and paid for itself. So it's a little bit of peace of mind. Many people don't want them and don't like them and don't want to pay the extra, and that's fine. But if you like that peace of mind and you think it's going to pay off, personally, I'm a fan.
All right, this person says, what should I do when my maintenance light keeps coming on?
Well, I go to a mechanic, first of all, but there is a crucial thing to know between, is your check engine light coming on solid or is it flashing? So if your check engine light is on and it's solid, you have some time. I wouldn't say days or weeks, but you've got certainly hours or a couple of days if you need to. If your check engine light is flashing, you need immediate help. And I would go to a mechanic as close to you as quickly as possible with as few miles as possible on your car.
All right, so the check engine light is really like the holy grail light. Like, you really need to make sure you pay attention to that.
Absolutely. You may see other lights like your brake fluid light might come on or your oil light might come on, and those certainly need urgent attention. But a flashing check engine light, that is the stop everything and get it looked at.
All right, the last time that we talked with you, we talked about open recalls, especially about those airbag recalls.
Absolutely. The issue for us is it's been 10 years in the making, but there are still more than 200,000 vehicles in North Carolina on roads today that have these very dangerous Takata airbags. And so we're making a huge push to get consumers to go to Carfax.com, recall. Plug in your vehicle identification number or just your license plate information. We'll tell you instantly for free whether your car has a unfixed Takata recall or any recall that hasn't been fixed. And I'm telling you, it may save the life of a family member. It may save your own life.
And when you have an open recall, that means that the dealership is going to fix it for free.
Absolutely. By federal law, all dealers have to fix recalls. Now, they may have to wait till they get the parts on hand, so check first on availability, but you can go to any dealership of your brand. It does not have to be where you bought the car.
Okay. Someone just said, have you ever had a gas line on a Ford truck chewed up by a squirrel? It just happened to me. Those rodents, they can get into your vehicles.
They really can. We had a Chevy Volt back in 2011 in Chicago, and we had a horrible blizzard, and we discovered that some kind of rodent had gotten into the car and had chewed on the wiring harness. There had been speculation that it was because of some soy-based cover on the wires, but actually extermination experts tell us rodents need to chew. They have large teeth and they chew to get those teeth back in a manageable size. So it's not uncommon for rodents to find any car and start chewing away.
Okay, we just have a little bit of time. Someone asked, what if your SRS light is on?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that is. It sounds to me like it's probably electronic stability control. But as with any warning light on your dash, if it's illuminated, I would take it as soon as it's practical to your mechanic and get it checked out.
All right, but if that check engine light is flashing, you need to go immediately. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Patrick. We appreciate your time and your expertise. If you missed any of this, we're going to have this interview in the Two Wants to Know section of our